geez. I'm not sure what happened. We've lost connection, but we are back. And so the topic for tonight is we are tagging large items and loose items. Amanda, have you
Yes.
gotten us reconnected to all
I
the different
think
places?
I am trying to see if I can push us back over to our Facebook.
Our consignor group?
Yes.
Okay. I'm looking to see if I see us over there.
Okay, it's posting. With the weather, I'm like even hardwired in, right? Like I am actually plugged in, y'all. I'm not on Wi-Fi and I still lost connection. That's crazy.
Wow.
Okay, so we'll just get to it tonight. We're doing loose items, like Abby said. And what should I start with, Abby?
And our large items as well. So let's do large items. We kind of touched on this a little bit last week, but your large items like your strollers, your car seats, cribs, furniture, those pickler sets, those little climbing sets. There's also kitchens and playhouses, all sorts of things. Anything that would be hard to carry around, we consider a large item. And so what you'll need to do is just bring your tag with you at drop off, and we will have these large, these yellow tags there for you, and we'll help you. We'll show you how to cut your white tag and tape it to the top and bottom. We'll have some supplies, and then you can zip tie it to the item. And this just makes it so that this bottom part is perforated. Our shoppers can take the bottom part with them and not have to carry around the item. This is like their claim ticket. And then we'll move the item as we see we'll move it to the hold area for you to pick up later. So large items will get this. If it's a car seat or a crib, it will need a waiver. Those will be in your drop-off guides, or you can also get them from us at the sale. You'll need a waiver. The cribs need to be made after 2011. Your car seats need to have at least a year's worth before they expire. I'm trying to think of what else. You will need to set up your cribs. You'll need to set up your pack and plays because we want our safety recall specialist to check those while she's there. Anything that has like buckles, like your car seats, your high chairs, your bumbos, the sit me up, anything that has a strap, you want to go ahead and strap that ahead of time so you make sure that it's working. No joke, our neighbor was getting rid of a high chair and I was moving it into storage, and the straps like literally, like the high chair looked great and I don't know what happened, but the straps like disintegrated. Like,
oh no.
Is not good. So we'll not be bringing that to the cell, which is so sad because it looked like it was in excellent shape. I think it just got hot and maybe dry rotted or something if they left it in their garage for too long. So check before you bring it to the cell. That will save you a trip. So we don't have to send it back with you if it's not fully functioning and secure. So that's a lot for our large items. We'll have people there that will kind of help you through that process. There'll be a section for dropping off those large items. And then you will need either a manual for your crib and your car seat, or you can go online and search it and get the URL link, and you can either create a QR code or you can write that URL link on your waivers just so that they have some way to get that manual.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so that's car seats. So we wanted to talk about you talked a little bit about tags. We're going to have everything that you need at the sale to attach those large tags. And typically we just use a zip tie, but then we'll also have some clear packing tape if it's something that we need to use that for. So we will have some of those items there for our large items. But if you have something that's you're bringing in that's an awkward shape or it has like lots of pieces or things, tape, baggies, and zip ties are your friends. I really don't have like anything, but think like if you have something that has like the balls that go with it, you can put those balls in a gallon size Ziploc and then tape it closed with the packing tape, and then just put a zip tie through that the packing tape part and zip tie it to your toy. That way you keep all of the pieces together. That's the best way to do things like that have loose pieces that are large items. What else? I do have, if you want to talk a little bit about books, Abby, I have here, I'm going to play with it while you talk about the book and see what is the best so people can see it.
Is that it's a book you're holding up?
It's
Just
a
double
book,
checking.
yeah.
Okay, so you can see Amanda's got painter's tape, and you can buy you can do like the traditional blue that you see like for when you're taping off a room, but I've also bought like what she has. It's just a pack of painter's tape. It comes in all different colors. It's pretty thin, and she has taped it on the back of her book and probably covered up the barcode.
I should have. No, this is someone else's. So we like it when you can put this down over that barcode.
It makes it so that our scanners don't accidentally, scan the original barcode, which is no big deal, but it just is one extra step. So you can cover up the barcode and put on the back. Then it looks really nice when Sarah, our book lady, lays them all out. She's got a very nice system in making sure the books are organized. And so put it on the back and cover up your barcode, but make sure to use painter's tape.
Yes, so it doesn't
it
rip.
is. Someone's asked before if it's okay if like an inscription is written on the inside or someone's name is written on the inside. That's perfectly fine. And sometimes I've even taken a Sharpie and just kind of marked through it. But just make sure there's no pages that are ripped out of it or like drawn in or colored, especially those like workbooks. We want to make sure that those are fully functioning for when our shoppers are looking for them.
Sure. So I also have a puzzle here. Just to show the painter's tape on the back. It doesn't, it's not.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, see, you have a different color painter's tape there. It's some yellow.
Yeah, and I just put the top and the bottom because really, I mean, it's having a hard time focusing, but you guys get the gist of, but on the back of this puzzle, I actually covered up that barcode. This is a new puzzle that I have that I'm selling. And so there's that. But I also wanted to talk about if you have puzzles like this that are the box puzzles, you're going to want to put all of the inside pieces. You don't want to leave them like this. Like you want to actually put those in a baggie in case it gets opened at the sale so that it doesn't spill. And then once you have those in a baggie, we haven't done this puzzle yet, so it's not ready to sell. This is for next Christmas. Now I can't get the top on it. Once you put those in a baggie, you can just run some painter's tape over to close and keep that lid on, if that makes sense, right there. But again, you want to use the painter's tape so that it doesn't rip the box up.
And I will tell you like a little tip, and I don't know if it's just a psychological thing or what, but when you have a used puzzle like that, like Amanda had that has multiple pieces, I like to, when I tag, put 500-piece puzzle, what was it? I don't know, I quickly glanced, was a dog with Santa hat, or what was that?
Like Christmas dogs.
Yeah, there was a dog with a Santa hat. Okay, so I'll put kind of a description of what it is, and then I'll say complete. That just gives a little reassurance that, hey, this seller's taken the time to count the pieces and make sure it's fully there. So that's just kind of a little tip that you can do once you've counted and made sure it is complete.
Yeah. Okay, so my next item is, here we have show and tell, our little shoes. Got some little booties here that are zip tied together. It had that loop back there, so we zip tied right there. Had it not had those loops, you could have zip tied through the actual eye right there where the this has just got like stretchy elastic, but that keeps them together, right? That's easy. And then we put a hole punch. I don't even see that. There's a hole punch there, and we just looped it through also. So that's super easy on the shoes. You can do this to almost all shoes. Sometimes the nicer girl shoes, if they don't have loops, sometimes they have like a little loop inside that you can use, or maybe you can pin them with a safety pin on the inside where there's cloth.
And we also put sometimes a little piece of packaging tape over that hole because shoes are heavier and they tend to get tossed around a little bit more. And because of the zip tie, and it's thicker, I like to put a little piece of packaging tape or some kind of tape right there at the hole to reinforce it. Just gives it a little bit more stability so it doesn't tear through.
Absolutely. That's a great tip. And I actually also on these, I try to make the hole farther down, like because it just has more room as they get tousled around. Okay, so those are loose shoes. We talked about puzzles, books. I have some accessories now. This is
I don't know, did you drop out? We might have frozen again.
all the weather outside. It's raining really
Okay, I
hard.
can
I
see,
think that
yes.
might be part of
Yes.
it. So we're going to go fast, right? We got 2 more items. So I put them in a baggie, and then I put this on the outside of the baggie so that this can just be clipped on the accessories. Can you still hear me, Abby?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, and then my other thing that I have is a loose hat. So we have hooks at the sale that we will hang the hats with. And on this one, I actually just did underneath, right, with a tagging gun.
Oh, nice. That makes it easy.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just did it underneath where it wouldn't ruin the hat anywhere through their tag that it's right there. You could also use curling ribbon to secure that. So those are just some different ways. I know this is fast and furious. The weather is not like on.
I'm not sure if you're frozen or if I'm frozen. I'm still moving, but you seem frozen, Amanda.
On our.
Oh, you there?
I am here. It
Okay.
keeps going in and out. So
I was going to mention before we end, Julie wanted to know what the tagging bestie was. She said it cut off about the time we were talking about it, if we have a chance to mention it.
I need to drop the link in there. Tagging Bestie helps us choose prices for your items. So you can say I have, a pair of Nike tennis shoes, size 6, and it'll kind of suggest what other items have sold at the previous sales for the same item. So it just helps give you like an idea of a price range. But we'll drop that. It also, if you have a question on how to tag something, you can ask it. It's supposed to refer to the seller guide. So, like if it sounds really out there, maybe don't follow it, but it's usually pretty close. But sometimes it's told us some weird things, right, Abby?
Yes, but it's kind of like our Chat GPT friend to help us. But we've kind of given it some information ahead of time.
Well, I'm really sad that the weather has been like keeping us in and out, but in a nutshell, that's it. We'll drop our seller guide so you guys can see pictures of things in the notes here. And next week, we're going to be talking about hanging items. So anything that we can put on a hanger. So if you have any questions, again, please use our Facebook group. We've got lots of seasoned sellers that are willing to answer your questions. Plus, Abby and I have our text line that you can text us if you have a question. Lots of ways to reach out to us and get your answers. We're excited. 3 weeks away, less than 3 weeks away.
That's right. Keep tagging, guys. You got it. Make sure you get your drop-off appointment, and then we'll pull a winner for the extra 15% on Friday.
Yes. All right, friends. We will see some of you on Friday at the supply pickup, but otherwise, we'll see you next Tuesday. Okay. Bye.
Bye.